Hey there folks, today I'd like to take a casual peek into the Rocky series Rocky Balboa post-fight action figure by Jack's Pacific. This casual peek is a request by SDFan44, hang loose there, and he saw one of my goodie haul videos where I had bought a Rocky 3 title fight ring, and he requested I take a peek at one of my Rocky figures. I had about 5 or 6 Rocky figures from the first series here, and I dug it out of the garage and I decided to do a peek on this one here. Now, this figure was originally released in 2006, and there's no price sticker here to confirm it, but I believe I bought this at KB Toy Store, and I think this figure series was sold in other stores, but I only remember actually seeing them at KB Toy Stores. And if I remember correctly, I think this was $8. I also did some research on the Rocky series. I found out that they actually did a figure series for covering all the movies all the way up to Rocky Balboa. And they also did a greatest hits type of figures, re-releases of the previous series, and I tried to compare just through images of the best of Rocky series, the post-fight figure between that one and this one here, and I really couldn't tell any difference between the two, other than I guess there was a logo here that said Best of Rocky on there, but other than that, they look exactly the same, so I don't know if maybe the towel here was missing on the Best of series. I couldn't really tell the difference between the two, but there was a Best of series. But this one here is, like I said, originally released in 2006. You can see Rocky Balboa here in his post-fight. With the swollen eye in there. It's pretty neat on there, and it has this little, I'm not sure if that's a sticker or a piece of cardboard here. It's kind of neat. It's got some information here. It says original release 21st of November 1976, Rocky Balboa post-fight versus Apollo Creed on there, so that's kind of neat on there. Taking a look at the back of the package here, you can see the figure of Rocky Balboa here, and a description of Rocky there, and also another recreation of what was on the front of the package there. And then you also have other figures from the I guess this is the first Rocky series from the first movie, because you have Apollo Creed, Mick, Paulie, Adrian, Spider Rico, and then you have a pre-fight Rocky, post-fight Rocky, I guess Rocky in street clothes, Rocky in training, and another Apollo Creed. This one was the post-fight, this is the pre-fight. I forgot. And a slab of meat, which I actually do have. When I remember actually buying that slab of meat there. And right here, and they also have coming soon all of the Rocky series. You have Rocky, Rocky 2, 3, 4, 5, and Rocky Balboa. So let's go ahead and take this guy out of the package, and we'll be right back. Alright, we're back, and we have Rocky Balboa out of the package, and I have to say that for a figure with limited articulation, it's still a very nice figure. I really like it a lot. And let's go ahead and go over the accessories first. It only came with one accessory, and that's the fight towel here. You can see some of the details of the fight towel here. It's got some simulated blood here. I guess from wiping away the blood from Rocky's face there. I don't think it's real blood. It's just coloring. But it's still kind of neat that they included a fight towel here, in case you ever wanted to throw in the towel in the fight, but I don't think Rocky would have that. So, but this is kind of neat. I like that they included this with the figure. Taking a look at the Rocky Balboa figure. It's actually pretty detailed, especially on the head sculpt. I don't know if you can see some of the details of the head there. You can see this is obviously a post-fight Rocky Balboa. You can see that he's gone through the rounds with Apollo Creed here. He's got the swollen eye right there. And of course the sweat-drenched hair, which is actually nicely done. I really like that on there. It's just, you can see, especially around the forehead there. And I don't know if you can see it in the video, but you can actually see the separation between the mouthpiece and his teeth on from his lower jaw. You can see the mouthpiece going over the teeth. That's a really nice touch that they added little sculpting on that to include that. That's really cool. I like that. And just looking at the figure here, you can see bruising, what's starting to be bruising. They just put a little bits of red paint on there. Very slight color to go against his chest here. And it's got that nice effect where it's starting to bruise on there. I guess for the pounding on the body. It's not only on the chest, it's on the arms here as well, on where the biceps are. It's kind of neat. And also you can see I guess some of the blood on his trunks here. You can see a little bit of red wash, probably in between rounds when they've splashed the water onto Rocky here, and it's got onto his trunks. It's kind of neat because there's not really any in the back, it's just on the front here. So that's kind of cool. I really like the details that they put into this figure on here. And all you can see this fight boots. I'm not sure what that logo is, if that's a logo or not, but you can see the boots are sculpted here. The socks here are painted above the boot. I wish they added a little bit of shading because you can't really, it's hard to see the separation between the boot and the sock here. But it's there, you can actually see it. But I mean, if they added a little bit of shading, that would have been a little bit better on there. You can see some of the laces on the sculpt. It's kind of neat. And of course the bottom is just pretty flat on there. Very nice figure. I really like it. I like the details they put into there. Here's the boxing glove on there. You can see this strings on the boxing glove. Very neat on there. As far as the body design, it looks like Jakks Pacific went with one of the wrestling figs on there that they manufactured. I don't know if they still do wrestling figures or not, but you could tell that this is the upper torso here is a wrestler figure on there, because I recognize the design on the arm here from the I had a Triple H figure, and the arms look similar in design on there. But still, I really like where they added the details on the glove, the head, and the trunks. It's very nice on there. Going over the articulation of this figure, the head does go all the way around and does go up and down very slightly, but still enough to do some decent poses on there. It's really kind of neat. And the arms do go all the way around. They do go out and in. It does rotate at the bicep, bends at the elbow, rotates at the glove, and the glove also is on a sort of a hinge joint here, so it can go back and forth, which is kind of neat. No torso articulation, but it does have waist articulation, so it goes all the way around. And the legs are on a standard T-crotch design, so it goes up a little bit, it goes down, and goes back a lot farther than it does go out. I mean up front, but it does not go out to the side, unfortunately. The legs are on a single joint at the knee, and the feet bend up and down on a hinge joint. So for a figure from 2006, it's got decent articulation. It would have been nice if they had a swivel at the trunk area. That would have been nice. Right at the edge of the trunks, that would have been a really nice touch if they added a swivel joint on there. But it's still you can get some decent fight poses out of this figure if you want to do a diorama on there. I mean, it's decent enough where I've seen a YouTuber actually did a stop motion movie of the Rocky movies using the figure. So it is decent enough to actually create a display. So I really like the figure. I'm partial to Rocky movies. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. So. And I do recommend it if you're a Rocky fan. The thing is though, if you want to get the original release, I think it's very hard to find and very expensive. I'm surprised to find out how much this guy is going for. I think for the original release, he was going for at least over $100. It's kind of interesting. So, if you want I get a Rocky fig and don't want to spend that kind of money on the original release, they do have that best of Rocky series. And like I said, I couldn't really tell any differences between the best of Rocky and this original release Rocky. Hopefully it has better articulation, I don't know. So, but still, I recommend getting the best of Rocky if you really don't want to spend that kind of money on the original release. But this is my casual peek into the Rocky series, Rocky Balboa post-fight action figure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.